Hi, and welcome back to another all-access look inside the Hackley House. Today we are going to be showing you a space that most visitors don't get to see, which is the Hackley basement. And so we're going to travel down there today and check things out. So as you could see, the basement is right off the kitchen space, and that would be really helpful for the maids to be able to come downstairs, and this is where some of their work would continue, like doing laundry. The dumbwaiter comes all the way down this far, so you could send laundry from the second or third floor down to the basement. There's also would have been a break room down here, and so let's check out some more spaces. We'll kind of start with this door. This door would have been an entrance used by a maid to enter the house. So most people think, the front door would be the way everybody enters the house, but the maids did not enter through the front door. That would be for the Hackleys or for visitors visiting the house, and the maids would come in through the back door, either on the first floor or here in the basement. So this kind of goes out to our little parking lot that sits behind the Hackley House. Now you might notice here to the right of the door that the brickwork looks much more new than an old, some of the old brickwork that you might see here. And that's because this was replaced in 2017. It needed to have some updates to it because it was starting to crumble from moisture, just from our Michigan winters and kind of our crazy weather here. In this space, this is where the dumbwaiter comes down to. So we've seen in other videos the dumbwaiter in either the kitchen or some of the other spaces. And so there's the dumbwaiter, and you can just pull it down using the ropes that are right here. So it's just a pulley system that we showed you in the attic. If you haven't seen the attic video, we did that at the beginning of the summer. And so you can go back and check the attic video that we did the all access, and you can check out the dumbwaiter mechanism at the top. So these wash tubs are original to the Hackley House, and they were used to wash the Hackley's laundry. So the water does still run down here, and we get water for our humidifiers in the wintertime from actually this part, or this sink here. And so it does still have running water, but we don't really use it for anything other than that. We don't turn off the water because we don't want it to freeze and bust pipes. As you can see, the basement is, not underground completely. So as you can see, the basement is not underground completely. I can see out and would be able to see people kind of walking outside. So this space back here, this kind of like spot that butts out, this is the coal hoist. So we show the coal hoist in the kitchen. And as you can see here, this is what it looks like in the kitchen. So this was used to be able to get coal from the basement. So the coal was delivered in this next room here. So the coal would be delivered through this door, which is another space to enter the basement, and the coal would be kind of in this area and would be delivered to the house. And then the coal hoist would be here where we're hiding our cool Christmas tree. So you can crank this, and it's kind of like a dumbwaiter, but this has a crank, and you would be able to send coal up to the first floor. So the maid would still have to come down here and fill up her bucket, but this would be better than, carrying 20 pounds of coal up and down the stairs. So from the room with the coal hoist in it is another area here, and we believe this was a break room. so that the help could, sit and relax. And this is also where they would have their meals. And so there would be a table down here, and that's where the meals would be eaten. And the other thing that's really interesting about the Victorian era is that most kids didn't eat upstairs with the family. They would eat in the basements with the maids. So this would be a space that would be a break room for the maid and any kids that would be eating their dinner. So we have this piece in the basement. It is a safe, and I think it's been down here for a really, really long time. So it was in the house when the Hackley Heritage Association took over the house, and then it's been in the house and in the same spot. When I started working here, it did have one locked drawer or cabinet space, and since then we had a locksmith come and open it because we were just very curious what was in it. Where did the safe come from? We have so many questions about this safe. So we did a little bit of research, and it was made, and it is a Detroit safe company safe, and it dates to Charles Hackley's time. We're not sure if this was his safe or if it was brought to the house at a different time. There's some different records that say it was upstairs when the Red Cross was here, and we're just really not totally sure. And there's speculation that maybe it was in the library, because in the inventory that we have, it does say that there was a safe in the library that possibly had handguns in it, so it's kind of interesting. There is a bathroom in the basement. So we don't think that the maids initially had a bathroom here. We think possibly it was an outhouse. We're not 100% sure, but just based on some of the building receipts and some of the things that we have, we think that there was possibly an outhouse, and then this may have been added kind of later. And so we know that the maids would use a different bathroom than the Hackleys actually would have used. So we're going to travel back this way. So again, this is where that coal would have been delivered, and then we're going to move into this space. We have a lot of storage down here. We have these ice shields, so these go on parts of the roof of the house, and that helps the ice slide off the roof without damaging, those cedar shingles. We have our boiler system here, kind of the furnace area. We have this room back here, and this is what we call the tomb. And the tomb holds all of the original windows and screens and doors that have been taken off through the years, or used to, we use them now for measurements to do repairs on those things. So they're all tagged and labeled so that we can find what we're looking for to do some repairs. We actually have some extra tiles down here too from many different places in the house. So there are 3 doors like this in the basement. These are called clean-out doors. And from the chimneys, this is where you'd clean out the ash. So we have a lot of fireplaces that share the same chimney system. And so this is how you'd clean that out. Well, a few years ago, we kind of were digging around in there just on a Friday afternoon, checking things out. And we noticed that there were objects in there. So those are on exhibit inside our city barn, and you'll be able to check those out through the end of October, and then we'll be open back up for our Christmas tour. So come and check out the objects that were found in the 3 clean-out doors. Now, people are often very curious about tunnels that could be in the basement. Some people claim that they've been through the tunnels. I have personally never seen any tunnels or any evidence of tunnels. However, what we think that could be talked about is this system here. So there's a window where this board is, and there is airflow that goes down into this duct. And you can open this duct or close this duct using this board. So it slides both ways. So the air comes down the duct under the floor and goes up through this system here. And then you can open more of the ducts here. So they're really more like ducts and not really like tunnels. So we think this is what people are talking about when they talk about the tunnels, but there's definitely no like man-shaped tunnels that a person could walk through. So we've basically inspected every inch of this. Anybody that's worked here will tell you the same thing, that there are no tunnels. So I will show you every bit of this. But if you're still curious to see the basement, you should definitely come. Hopefully next summer we'll have our all access tours back up and running, and those usually happen one Friday each month. And so you can come and check out for yourself to see the Hackley basement. Otherwise, we don't bring a lot of visitors down here. There's just all kinds of stuff. There's really low spots where we're scared people will hit their heads. It's kind of dirty and grungy, but we do bring people on the all access tours to check it out. And this is the last room, and as you can see, more duct work over on that side of the room that also helps airflow and cool air move up to the rest of the house, and all kinds of fun stuff. Stuff that's been taken out of the house through the years, stuff we found that has been researched, a few toilets, which is very peculiar to me. It's kind of dark down here. So definitely come back in next spring and get on one of our all access tours. And if you have any questions, feel free to put those below, and I'll be happy to answer any of those for you that I can. Thank you for joining us for this all-access look of the Hackley basement. We hope that you come back next week to see more videos until the end of October. And if you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. Thanks.